All right, so we are going to take this idea of linear and nonlinear functions, and we're going to talk about a little bit of change. So really what it all comes down to is what happens if we change one variable one way, then how does that affect the other variable? So in these cases, we're not necessarily going to be using x's and y's. The variables might change a little bit, but it's the same basic idea. So let me show you just the basic how-to and how to figure this out. And it'll actually go back to our idea of the t-tables. So our directions, and you should have your paper in front of you as well, says in the answer space write either increases by and tell me how much it increases by, or decreases by, whatever the amount is, or remains unchanged, which is possible too. If you change one variable, it might not change the other one at all. It could just remain the same. So we're going to see what happens in each of these situations. So let's take number one. It says y in the equation b equals 3m plus 8. If we increase m from 4 to 9, describe what happens to b. So the first thing is, if you remember all of our linear functions, they all kind of looked pretty similar to this. The only difference was we had a y here and an x here. So over here, what you're going to need to do is let's make ourselves a little t-table. Mine's a little crazy looking. And we have our m and b. And, whoa, there we go. Okay, now I set it up this way for a reason, because I'm looking at the m's. These are going to be my inputs. And then my b's will be my outputs. Just like before, we had our x's and y's. Same basic idea. My writing is a little bit spazzy. All right, so let's take our m's that they gave us. They told us if we change the m value from 4 up to 9, what will happen? So let's go ahead and plug in 4 for m. So I'm going to go over here to the side and say b equals 3 times 4 plus 8. And if I follow my order of operations, that's 12 plus 8, which means b is equal to 20 when m is 4. So I'm just going to fill that into my table. So that's kind of my starting point. Now the next part was if I change the m from 4 to 9, so there's an increase. So if I go with an increase of 5 from my m's, how is that going to affect the b's? So what I need to do is plug and chug. So I'm going to take b equals 3 times 9 plus 8. That's 27 plus 8 will give me b equals 35. So b is 35. So as you can see here, we have an increase of 5. When this increases by 5, what happens over here? Well, obviously we have an increase, and of how much? An increase of 15. So I would write increases by 15. And there you go. So each situation is going to be a little bit different. Some are linear and some are nonlinear, as you can see right here, like number 4 is nonlinear. But each time you need to complete a t-table because that will organize all your information. So I want to see this on each of those. So if you don't have the room on your paper, then you'll need to go ahead and do those on a separate sheet of paper and show your work there, and then you can just put your final answer on your handout. And that, my friends, is all there is to it. So a little bit of variable work, a little bit of calculations, and you are set. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you later. See ya.